It's been 2 years since developer Crystal Dynamics successfully took over the Tomb Raider franchise. For many gamers who've been jaded by subpar Tomb Raider games, Tomb Raider Legend brought back some of the magic. It was a slick adventure with a decent story and action to boot. Crystal Dynamics hopes to continue and expand on what they've done before with the new Tomb Raider Underworld. In many ways, Underworld is a direct continuation of Legend. The story still involves the mystery surrounding Lara's mother and the research that Lara's father did before. Without giving too much away, the story is generally pretty good and what you would expect from a Tomb Raider game. Crystal Dynamics didn't make huge changes to the formula in Underworld, but they did set to redesign a number of things, especially when it comes to making the environments seem more natural and Lara seem more human. This is to say that platforming has been opened up quite a bit. Lara is as nimble as ever, and still has her superfluous, but still cool, gymnastics. Underworld is different in that you can finally use common sense to figure out where to go. If it seems like Lara can grab onto something or make a tricky jump, then chances are she actually can. To highlight this focus, the worlds are huge. You see, every environment seems to be much larger than ever before. There's still linear pathways to get you to giant areas, but once you're in that location, you can explore and solve puzzles more at your leisure. That's to say, you're not constricted to solving some puzzles in a rigid order, and this is a refreshing change. If you find yourself too overwhelmed, there's a cool new sonar map that you can use to map out where you need to go. It's a neat little feature, and especially useful in some of the later stages. Combat has also been opened up. Lara reacts more naturally. She can fire at two enemies at the same time, and she also has high-flying melee attacks. A weird thing is that all of Lara's 5 weapons can be accessed at any time, regardless of the weapon loadout you select at the start of the level. This pretty much means that there's less tension when fighting, because you can carry around an arsenal with no penalty to you whatsoever, even if you use the player tailoring option to make the game more challenging. The adrenaline shot is also handled a bit differently this time around, which I like quite a bit. If your meter is full, you can slow down time and perform a one-hit kill. This gives you a chance to blast an opponent right between the eyes. Unfortunately, opening up the game like this came with a price. Because Tomb Raider Underworld is bigger and less linear than past Tomb Raiders, there are a bunch of technical issues that pop up. There's slowdown that happens frequently through the game, and texture issues such as pop-in that destroys the immersiveness of the game. Lara frequently clips through walls, and there are weird invisible platform moments. Finally, there are the standard Tomb Raider issues such as a wild camera that you have to fight with sometimes, and jumps that you have to make blindly, usually to your death. Some parts will have you literally screaming at the TV. I know I did frequently. This is a shame because the game is fun, and Lara controls pretty well. It's just that you can't help but get the feeling that Underworld's ambition is being held back by all the technical problems. There's some really impressive looking locations and cutscenes, and cool little details to the animation that makes Lara feel a lot more realistic, but there's still something missing. It's an enjoyable game that Lara fans will like, but it's still not quite the definitive Tomb Raider experience just yet. For the full written review, swing over to IGN.com.